would like to thank the organizing committee, Mr. Balakakis, Ms. Kavga and all the other fellow panelists for this honorary invitation. I would just like to say a few words very briefly about the following. Given that I have also participated in the previous AgriBusiness Forum in Athens, and I have also attended the same event in Thessaly, I would like to personally congratulate Mr. Balakakis because he has been doing a wonderful job. I believe that the agri-food presence in his conferences is exceptional. I see that these conferences bring together important factors of society, business and the sector in order to address the topic of agri-food. For the time being, I am sorry to say that apart from the Ministry for Rural Development, the rest of our political background does not pay special attention to agri-food. And at the same time, I believe that it's good to have the contribution and involvement of businesses and the sector. I have to say that in Thessaly we had more people, were more numerous. Okay, I come from Peloponnese, from Messinia municipality. You all know, and the mayor before said that this area, especially Western Peloponnese, is a heaven. Is a paradise for everyone, but I'm afraid that it takes many years to bring people together to such a synergy. This is only the beginning, and I know that maybe it takes more time to some regions to develop to this direction. And after this introduction, allow me to say that my presentation will focus on precision farming. Ms. Kavga presented it very well. She is also involved in the sector. She is also teaching such a subject in the University of Patras. And I will try to show you what we're actually doing. Precision farming. Now, what is it all about? Actually, is a type of farming where we try to use all the data that we can measure thanks to numerous sensors, and in that way we're able to better understand agricultural holdings in order to make informed decisions. This is something that helps us better understand the differentiation. You all know that the various points in the same agricultural holding might differ from another. And okay, you might also have a garden in your houses and see that the various trees develop differently despite the fact that you might have planted them in the same way. This is what precision farming is all about. Precision farming tries to understand and interpret all those differences. Okay, we listen to many things about the food security, food crisis. How is this going to be addressed? Well, apart from the fact that those systems can become more productive, we also have technology stepping in. And that's a one-way street because we get to a point where we might reach the maximum of productivity and we need some help. And okay, I don't know if it's for good or bad or not, but this is something that will come from technology and thanks to technology. You can see here various things regarding development in the upcoming years, and over the next years we will see that the value of intelligent and smart agriculture will triple. And the question is, can we map all those things? Can we see the various parts of the crops and what it has yielded? Those are data that we need, and at the same time we see all around the world the pattern of growth and development. Well, you can see that major developments and growth will come from Asia. China will overwhelm the world. And last year, I can tell you that we had 60% of scientific papers being published from China, and that quality was wonderful, even surpassing the European papers. So, like I said before, precision farming means that we're not going to make interventions across the entire land. We will try to identify the areas of similar characteristics. We will try to differentiate all these things, and we try to see whether we are able to capitalize on special and personalized, let's say, systems that are cutting edge. And precision farming is so much more than technology. Here you can see in Turkey. In 2019, in the neighboring country, this is a photo that was sent to me by a friend of me. This is from Turkey Da. And he says this is precision farming in Turkey. You can see here that they try to weed the things, the weed out all the weeds, and I'm afraid that they have numerous labor workers. And you know that precision farming is possible even without technology. It's a matter of difference in ways of thinking. Now, let me give you now some examples that we run. We will start with Corteva. They're one of the major sponsors. I think that now timing is very good because Corteva also supports our research group for the past 3 years. We are working on industrial tomato, and I see Kokkinos industry, they're also here. And we work on industrial tomato and cotton. Last year we collaborated with 12 producers with more than 4,000 streamers. So we have 3 hybrids, the same applies to cotton. And what did we do? Every week, thanks to satellite images, we're able to download free of charge images from the Copernicus system. And there are many tools that are available for us to use, so practice makes perfect. Every week we would send to the company's agronomists those maps, and those maps would be then sent to the 110 producers, and they would see the development of their crops week by week. That was very effective because, you know, technology is always there. The question is how we can convey this message to the producers so that we can trigger and incentivize them. They really enjoyed the idea because they were able to see their own map, the comparison to the region average, and then that was sort of healthy competition between them. They were motivated to better water or look after their crops. So the most important part in farming is to consider the producer's psychology. I have been involved in precision farming for the past 25 years. It was back in 1998 when I was doing my master's degree in the United Kingdom. I had visited all 25 precision farmers in the UK back then. Today there are hundreds, and you should know technology is right in front of us. The question is to find the right way in order for those technologies to reach the producers. So we would give them maps like the ones you can see here. We had 3 different classes: low yield, medium yield and high yield. And every year we try to see how we can better capitalize on those things in order to improve the production. This year we will take it a step further. You can see the software on the left of the screen, and now producers will not have to wait from the agronomist to forward them the maps. They will log in the satellite system, they will have an overview of their land parcel, they will be able to see what's the development, and then you will see the curve on the right. This is a curve that can show you where you're standing compared to the other producers in the region. So they can log in every time they want, they can compare the maps, they can see how they have performed. That's the next step, and we hope that this will be equally successful. Some other examples. We have also run the Big Data Grapes EU-funded Horizon 2020 program. I have included examples from the region of the Peloponnese. We have the Big Data Grapes, like you know, this is for grapes, for big data. I believe that the title is very elegant. The Agricultural University of Athens is also a partner in this project, and the same applies to the to the grape farming laboratory. Every year we would scan all the holdings, we had drones flying all over them, we would obtain the main images, and the main thing is that we were able to make the right correlation of the images. Early June we had all the data available so producers could make informed decisions. Another important thing that we have done has to do with the open-air broccoli cultures. This is at Marathona, Attica, and our goal was to be able to assess how mature broccoli were, as well as whether they were able to predict the production. Every week our field group would visit there. We were able to have an overview of both the maturity and the production potential. As you know, when you're in your own region, you cannot help but showing something from your region. I come from Messinia, so I thought it would be nice to share a few of my examples. We have collaborated with Mr. Kokkinos. He is also from Messinia as well. He speaks very vividly. I'm looking forward to listening to him. Now, at Filiatra, we grow watermelons. The same applies to Maliada here in Ilia. And every year we have the competition who is going to grow the watermelons first. Is it Maliada or Filiatra? So we try to have this week by week competition. I have in-depth experience. I have worked in the watermelon farms. When I was a child, I would carry the watermelons to put them on the tracks. I have experience in that. And when it comes to harvesting of the watermelons, I know how difficult it is. You can see here that we have mapped the production. You can see that we have two different types of soil. And what did we do? We took 550 kilograms of watermelon, we brought them to our laboratory, and my colleague, Mr. Fountas and myself, placed them under two different temperatures, and every week we would measure the qualitative characteristics, the content in sugar, as well as how crispy they were, and we saw the response of sugar at 10 and 20 Celsius degrees shows that we shouldn't store them in such a low temperature. You can see here in the area of Terpsithea, it is between Filiatra and Kyparissia, we had flowmeters in place in order to implement the precision farming here. You can see the results there. We have better results across all indicators, and we had a few losses, meaning the better they could water, the watermelons would pop, literally pop. 20% of them was lost if they would water them too much, and that way we were able to protect them. Another program that we are currently running, thanks to the European Union, it's the ROPS for Crops program. We talk about the implementation of robotics in farming. We have this in-house generated software. We obtain visual information, we're able to identify the disease, we can process data, and all those things are registered in the database so that we can have a better evaluation and assessment of the real-time threat. That's something that we do in order to reduce the spray drift that is applied. Up to 1/5 of the overall volume of application goes off target. You can see here a real picture, and this is why we as a team try to run precise measurements. Here you can see our laboratory's land at Sparta. We start to apply spray drones in order to see how they perform in practice. One of our PhD candidates has started researching on that. We try to measure how the spray drifts away from the target. on the basis of the weather conditions. When we spray, we want not to have too much air, too much wind, or no wind at all. We want something in the middle. You can see here that sometimes the spray drift can get up to 100 meters away from the target. We implement that in the farm. We put that on the tractor. Here you can see that in a vineyard, and then we can see how it is applied and how it can reduce this input. Now, my last 20 seconds will be dedicated to showing you a tomato that is thirsty because she is not grown in precision farming holding, whereas another one is more happy. This is something that can help our farming and our crops. They can be happier, they can yield more, they can perform better. Thank you so much.